Welcome to my introductory course Primavera Essential. On the previous videos, we have created our first project, we have defined the WBS, and so now we can, at last, insert our activities and define the duration. Let's go to Primavera. From the tab WBS, we move to the tab Activities, this one. In case you are not viewing it, you can open just by clicking on this icon, the green rectangle. Okay? We move here and I suggest few changes on the view before to start working on it. So first we can enlarge a bit the left part, and a second click on this icon on the top bar, columns, and Primavera show us this pop-up. Here I ask you to select the field remaining duration, then with the control select also the schedule percent complete, resources and budget total cost, and then you click on this icon to remove these columns from the selected one. On the left part of this pop-up, you can choose which columns add to your view, but for our purposes, these columns are more than fine. Okay, let's click OK, and we see that the situation is changed. Another thing I wish to change is through this icon, which is the group and sort by. Let's click it. And then on the blue cell here, select with the letter W the WBS. It means that we are going to see our activities grouped by WBS. Okay. Now let's click OK. Indeed, now we see the line of the project and then those of the WBS. If you are not viewing it or you view in a misleading way, try to click on the button F5, the refresh button on the keyboard, and you should visualize correctly. Now we are ready to insert the activities of our project. Not before to do a last change. You see that on the column total float you have a small triangle on the right. I want this triangle goes to the activity ID, so click on this column, and now indeed this triangle is here because it indicated the column choose to order the activities, and I want the activity ID to be used for this purpose. Last thing, if we want, we can also save this layout, so this view, through this procedure. We click on this button, Layout, Save As. Here we can insert the layout name Plan, since we are using this layout to plan our project, and then we click Save. If we want to retrieve this layout, we just need to click Layout, Layout, Open, and we will find it. Okay? Now, let's start to insert the activities. We select the WBS design and we click Insert from the keyboard 4 times. And we see that Primavera insert these 4 lines. We can also use the right-click Add button and the result will be the same. We need to insert 4 activities. We see also something on the Gantt and we see the green bar representing the activities. Now let's insert the name of these activities. So the first one, we call it Design Building. After this activity, we have the activity of Review and Approve Design. Then we will have the Electrical and Instrumentation Design, so E&I Design. And at last, we have the Design Completion. Take your time, of course, to complete the naming. You can also put on pause the video. And the result should be this one. Now we must define the duration of these activities. For the design building, I say that the expected duration is 20 days. For the review and approve design, I plan 8 days. For the E&I design, I expect 15 days. And then for the design completion, 7 days. And you can see that the bars are extending accordingly to the numbers that we have inserted here. Okay? Now let's select the WBS foundation and let's repeat the same process. So let's click on Insert on the keyboard and we add other 5 activities. Let's rename it. The first one will be Site Preparation. The second activity corresponds to Excavation. Then we have install water lines, install electric conduit, and at last, to close this WBS, we have foundation completion. The duration for these activities are 16 days, 9 days, 7 days for the water lines, 10 for the electric conduit, and 12 to complete the foundation. And we can see the same result as before. Okay, so we are building our project. We need to complete just the structures WBS in the precise same way. So I will go a bit faster. Let's insert again other 5 activities. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Rename it. And here we are. And also in this case, take your time to insert the naming of the activities. And at last, we insert the duration. So we have built our activities list and we have defined the duration. And Primavera has changed the finish date for all these activities. Indeed, we can see also the result on the Gantt chart of our project. If you go on the upper bar, the one corresponding to the month, you can move a bit also the Gantt chart. What we need to do now is to define the relationships among all these activities. And we will see on the next video. So see you there. I'll wait on the next video.